Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Indie Escape Network presents tonight the Road to Saturday Night's Comedy Show. Let's get this down and let's start talking to some cool cats. Casey,
Ah.
how the hell are you, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Casey, for those who don't know, tell us
What?
about Casey and Casey. Yeah, right? Exactly.
What? You
Tell us
don't
about Casey and
know?
Spaz.
Come on. Listen, are you fans of mediocre comedy? Come to Fort Pierce. No, hey, not too shabby. Casey, Peruski, Joe, nice meeting you. Just had first time I met you, where I saw you. So I've talked to you with, messaging. And then I was like, whoa, what do I got going on here? Joe, but no, very cool guy. I've heard about your guys' networks. You've been doing it for a long time, so thanks also for having me. But yeah, comedy mainly on the Treasure Coast of Florida. That's what we've been doing for 15 years. And you can see us regularly at the Sunrise Theater in Fort Pierce.
Oh, and I believe we have your partner. Shall I bring him up?
Oh, no, don't do it.
No, don't.
Ah! Oh, look
he
out.
turned on us again. What happened?
You know what? I didn't like the, I really didn't
Welcome
like the
to
way
my
I looked.
world, Joe.
I didn't like the way I looked, Joe.
That world's a difference.
No, it's just the way the camera is on this iPad. Maybe I'll try I don't want to mess with my phone.
Okay.
See, if I do this, it's just got a different angle on it. You know what I mean?
Now, yeah. Oh, it fixed you.
But
But it feels nicely. I think that's better. That's a bit cooler. I can see it better. Anyways, this is my comedy partner, not engaged. It's been years.
We
I got no ring on it.
So we got to tell that.
No, this is my uncle. Uncle.
That's Casey,
and he has not given me a ring. No. Uncle, nephew
I'm
combination.
sorry, what?
Put a ring on it. Oh, I do.
How did you
have
put
a
that
ring.
hand?
Oh, I was. There we. My ring. I did. Wow. Jazz fingers.
5 golden rings.
Oh, this is going to be an amazing night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we are. We got to tell you the story about that. What you just said, the partner thing. I have a great story about that, but we'll get into that.
So you're heterosexual, or
Save that for next episode. Yes, we're all.
Listen,
ladies.
it's so funny, Joe. We got a great story. But we'll tell
I'm
it when
scared.
Pat's here.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Kyle.
Let's go. Hey, so anyway, Spaz is a super talented singer, as good as it gets on the lead vocals. Led Zeppelin is brilliant. So he was a successful musician for years and did all these shows, opened for a lot of people, had an album, and was enjoying life on the Treasure Coast, living here, playing here because it's nice here. I was doing comedy, and Spaz goes, hey, I know a lot of these places that want entertainment, have a budget. Let's team up. Let's start doing comedy shows. And the music and the comedy, put on a comedy show. And 13 years later, we're still here.
And we started with Mike Hurley, Joe. It was 3 of us.
There was, it was Hurley, he too, lived here too. And then we had to excommunicate him. It was a whole
When I
other.
first saw pictures of Spaz, I thought, I was like, is that Joe Perry? What's going on?
Yeah, he's a rocker. You've seen him somewhere. America's Most Wanted
I'm
was
very
one.
recognizable, put it that way.
You don't forget Spaz. So one of our real successful rooms was this place, Mickey Finn's, our very first show several years ago, 13 years ago maybe, was Patrick Garrity, who is our headliner this Saturday at the Black Box.
Okay, it's almost 15 years ago. It's 2010.
It was 2010.
Man,
Wow.
I should have
13
been
at the
quicker.
Black
I
Box.
should have been quicker.
There he
with that.
is.
Sorry.
And Robert Bass also was a Mickey Finn's comedian.
In fact,
And
Robert
worked
Bass
his way
cut
up.
hey, Joe, Robert Bass cut his teeth at Mickey Finn's.
That's right, but the charges were dropped.
And he was still a Miami Dolphins fan. We didn't give him any shit. He was, what are you guys, Lions fans? And they were terrible. That was one of the times.
Most of the time, Lions have been
0-16.
terrible.
We went 0-16 that year. And Robert was saying, we were
trust
saying,
me,
the Dolphins, so what?
Yeah, and we're dyslexic.
To see the Dolphins make it or go by the playoffs, and me being a Giants fan and Robert busting my balls about that.
Oh, you love that, didn't you, Joe?
Oh yeah.
He's a diehard
Someday.
Dolphins
We're
fan.
waiting for the Lions to do it.
But anyway, so basically, Casey didn't finish the rest of the story. We killed it at Mickey Fence every Wednesday. I mean,
that was the part I missed.
The weird thing was, though, they kept saying, we'd be like, hey, we're doing well. You think we can maybe make Casey and me, you would like to eat maybe, because they were feeding us. But I mean,
maybe we both could have a burger, sir.
Casey has kids, and I have 3 ex-wives. Yeah. So
I can't travel. I'm here for my children.
We're getting there. I mean, Casey, you're like, getting there? You can't get anybody else in this place.
People are on top of their shoulders watching free comedy.
And then this is the best one, Joe. Well, they're drinking water.
I go, that's your job. I'm getting them in the door. Right. Still, one of my favorite stories was another place we did. I'll tell real quick. It's like an open mic show we were putting on. Anyone can come. Our second show there, this waitress has this plate, and it was like cartoon. The image I saw was a real image of. It was just plate on top of plate on top of plate of one of those big serving trays. And she looks over at me, stops, makes scowls, and goes, "That comedian on stage, he did that same joke last week." I go, you're not here to critique the comedy. You're sell the food. We're selling you food. You're making more money than us. Like, you're going to critique it.
And they're telling you on stage to tip your waitresses.
Oh, hey, Joe, the other one was the person that owned that restaurant was a good friend of mine, and I did a lot of shows with her, a singer. And I said, hey, give us a chance. She goes, comedy's not going to work here. I go, just give us a try. She loved it. The first night we did it, me, Casey, it was great. We had a great combination. We did a great thing. And then she said, but if there's kids there, you got to keep it. I don't mind you guys being X-rated, but you got to keep it down. No swearing. Okay. So we tell the comedians, can we be clean? And I said to one of the comedians, I go, hey, I'll let you know when the kids are leaving. There's a table of kids right in front when they left. I said, hey. I lifted the light. He said every swear word there was in his vocabulary.
I know. You set him up. He had to do it.
I know. I know. I didn't mean it.
That goes, hey, comedian, the kid left. And then the comedian's like, I got to say something dirty now. You put him on the spot. And he sure did.
And then I get a call the next day. They go, what was that? I said, hey, you said we could tear it up. And they were still in the building. Why did you wait 5 minutes?
Guys, I have to do a little bit of housekeeping real fast. Actually, we got to give a shout out. David Madison, writer, director, actor, David Madison, who has had a show on the network, is doing amazing things right now. His newest movie just came out, and it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Full Moon
Fever. On Amazon Prime.
You don't want to get for you, David. Yeah, I had Full Moon Fever once.
I have it now.
So on Amazon Prime, it also, I think it just came out on Tubi as well.
That's crazy. So cool.
And try the pork loin.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
And ladies and gentlemen, if it's the first time tuning in, please go to the Indie Escape Network on our Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I don't know what the @ symbol thing is. IMDb and Instagram. Hit the like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Means the absolute world to us. Helps us out immensely.
I love this, Joe.
Every time you do, an angel gets its wings.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question. You're on TikTok?
Yeah.
Well, you need to follow Casey and us. We do a Sunday show.
We're doing a new Sunday show.
I started watching those. And so everybody go to Casey and Spaz on their TikTok.
It's actually under CNS Comedy.
Well, why is that?
For TikTok. Well, it's just easier.
What did you do? Name. Are you hiding?
Well, no, it says Casey and Spaz Comedy, but to get on it, you have to go to CNS Comedy.
Oh, okay.
Just like that's the TikTok world.
Right. So we're doing...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We have two of those shows. Two of those shows, and kind of the premise we want to build is we want comedians to come on the show and interact with us, present some of their material, and then we're going to book some people right on the spot.
Yeah, we already booked one guy.
And we're listening to the audience. We need your help. Who did you like? Who's coming off the best to the crowd? So you come in, watch the show with us. We say, hey, type 1 if you like number 1. If you want Spaz off the show, we can get Spaz off. What do you want? We'll give it to you.
I like to watch.
You want me? I'll go. I'll leave. You want me to wear a hat? I'll wear a hat.
Bring your girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I'll do it. I'll wear. Yeah.
Hey, the other thing and there's another part of the format that we're just working on. And actually, Casey wasn't there. He had some phone problems in the last show we had. He had to go. But we were at the touch. Casey wasn't there. So I brought a guy on. He goes, can I tell a joke? Well, that thing just streamlined. Next thing you know, so we've always talked about doing the joke book. So we're going to have a segment, the joke book, bring people up. We were, Kurt Smiles was telling jokes. Bill Stone told jokes.
Tell us your best joke. Come on, hilarious. Tell that classic joke, the legendary joke in your family. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Now, when I think of legendary, when I think of comedians I want to see perform, I had 25 years. It was my 20th birthday the first time I did a stand-up set. I'm 45 now, and I've been doing comedy. And if I could pick a comedian, this guy would be on my list. Patrick Garrity, our headliner, this Saturday.
Is that a hint?
Is
I got a little
here?
more housekeeping to do.
Oh, do some housekeeping. Pat, do some housekeeping.
Is that what it's called? Housekeeping?
Oh, we have another. Hey, let's do the commercial. Sorry, I forgot there's more. Do the next one.
Do the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, every Monday night, tune in to Generation Movie with JW and Rich. Also on Tuesday nights, we have Loud and Nerdy, everything pop culture and nostalgia. And every other Wednesday night, Symbolistic Cynicism, where Gabe has amazing guests on. I think I'm actually done.
I don't trust that.
Joe,
Gabe.
are you like the executive CEO, producer, and everything of this whole show?
Yes.
Can we do some housekeeping? Let's give it up for Joe Ridgely, man.
Yeah, like and share. He got us on here.
Hey, Madison, you might have a movie, but he's got an empire.
Before we pull Patrick on, I just want to show some really cool pictures. I did some Facebook stalking, so I apologize ahead of time.
Bikini shots.
But
there you go.
Hey, look at that.
That was a Jay Leno impersonator.
Jay. Here's the thing. What's funny about that? Jay wanted our picture.
Yeah, that's the truth. That was the truth.
Well, he did. He invited us into the green room. He heard about us, and he said, just heard that we were comedians, really. And we got to hang with Jay Leno.
It's really good.
It's really good being Spaz. It's really good.
There's Winslow, baby.
Michael Winslow.
I have been trying to book him for years. And we keep missing it by that much.
All it takes is a little cocaine, and no, that's the secret to success.
And I can help you with that. I'm just
come on.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
This is normal.
Hey, it's real interesting. Casey had
said
something. He was like, dude, when we met him, I had to take him to a radio interview. And we're in the car. I've never met the guy. I was so excited because the police academy. I pick him up at the hotel. He gets in. He goes, can I get a chicken sandwich? Just like that. No energy at all. I like, this radio show is not going to go well. I remember the guy goes, listen, Spaz, it's just going to be Michael. You come in and just talk about the show. Well, we want to talk about Michael. And he's just, okay. How are you? Michael Winslow. Yeah, good. I'm Spaz in the morning. Hey, guys, Michael Winslow, Police Academy. He goes, hi, how are you? We get in the studio. I'm like, oh God, where's the energy? What happened?
Yeah. He's on Quaaludes.
Next thing you know, as soon as he sits down in the thing, he puts the headphones on. It turns into this fucking. He hears a noise. He takes the noise. They get a phone call. He starts messing with the guy from Simpson characters to singing. And I'm like, who is this guy?
Perfect act for the radio too. Just could do everything while you listen.
And he loved Casey.
I got to see some of these.
We've done 5 shows with him, and he wants to come back. We were just talking to him about.
They said
good. Get him back soon.
Yeah, we will. Maybe he'll do this with us.
Hey, we just got a couple things that got to go through the court system, and we'll have him back. All right, that's all I can say.
But no, the other thing I was going to mention, Joe, real quick.
Charges.
Casey said something about Jay Leno, the guy that ran the Sunrise Theater. God rest his soul, John Wilkes. He loved me and Casey, and he was one of our big adversaries in that place because a lot of people, there was a lot of tension.
That was the right word.
Took over. But anyways, the point I'm making is he's very good friends with Jay. They've known each other for years and years. He's booked them forever. So every theater he's gone to, Jay's always done his theater. And they were having lunch, and he told them that he had a black box. And what do you do there? Well, we got Casey and Spaz Comedy. He goes, oh, I got to meet them. Can you set that up? So they called us. He wanted to meet, like Casey said. We were
And
blown away.
yeah. Well, he saw a picture of us. He goes, I don't want to meet them.
It just shows the kind of guy he is. He's a real comedian. He's a real comedian's comedian.
That's awesome. We got JW Colwell, who I just said hosts a Monday and Tuesday night show. Oh, welcome to the Indie Escape. Yes, thank you very much. I want to show one more
like and share. Give us the most likes ever. Let's have the most likes in the history.
Yes, come on. How many likes
of Indie Network?
One more picture, and then I have to bring Patrick up. And this one's for Spaz. Not Spaz. I'm sorry, Casey.
Spaz was in the.
I was actually taking the picture.
Yeah. Spaz was cutting up the cocaine in the bathroom behind us at the Palm Beach Improv.
You know, it's a funny story that you should mention that. No,
what was the cocaine?
We've had directors, producers, special effects guys on this network a number of times, and they would talk about budget. And they would talk about
miscellaneous
trailers.
budget. I can tell you a lot about that.
Miscellaneous budget and a certain 6 to 10 feet in a trailer reserved for the cocaine room. And at least 10 or 15 grand reserved for the cocaine room.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
And these are like famous people that are like nonchalant. Like,
and we're not talking about
the 80s, man.
The miscellaneous budget wasn't a few grand. It was like
$20,000
to $80,000.
Oh, 20 to 80.
Depending on the artist or the star.
Fair enough. Well, I guess maybe movies.
Spaz got so excited, but this topic is lit a fire under him.
No, because I'm friends with some people in LA that told me this story from years ago. Do you remember the movie The Shining?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know when Nicholson turns into the crazy guy? He didn't turn into him. He went into a trailer, if you know what I'm saying.
And got that look. And then Shelley Duvall was never the same.
What a weekend.
Wait a minute, Jack's on the phone. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Hey, listen, it wasn't me.
All right.
Okay.
Casey,
yes.
You got to make an introduction, brother, because
here we go. On our headliner. Oh, what a wonderful
Casey, do some
gentleman. Very funny comedian, multi-talented, gives you everything. Many credits. Then and why he's good? Because he's doing it. He's doing it nonstop.
Great,
and he's rolling through. And we said every time, when are you coming through? Every time you book this guy, Mr. Patrick Garrity.
Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Pat, what's happening?
And good friend too. He's a good friend too.
That's true.
Yeah. I love you guys, man.
Same to you, man. Good to see you. And we're excited. This Saturday, you're back headlining the Sunrise Theater. Fort Pierce. There we go. Look at this.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
Patrick.
Unfortunately, Robert Bass couldn't be here.
Yes. We are. They said Robert Bass cannot host the show, so we need two guys to equal the power of Robert Bass. And that's us. That was the perfect formula. Spaz is all the black side of Robert. He's got the soul.
I know, right? The Detroit. We got the Detroit soul, buddy.
How's the tour been going, Patrick? How have things been out in the world for you?
This year is off to a pretty decent start, but 2024, man, was rough. I ended up ending my 2024 by hitting a deer and totaling my car.
Oh no, so the one that was signed?
No.
Oh,
no, it was about to be because I was going to get it painted. I was like this close to getting it. Yeah, I was about. Thank God I didn't put the money into it.
Thank God.
Because it would have been such a waste. But yeah, I was like south of Oregon, and I had the weekend off, so I was going to go up to this club in Idaho just to show up because they don't return emails. So I was just going to like show up to the club because that's what I do. Yeah.
The smoke signal didn't get there.
Yeah. No, you gotta use flare guns to get people's attention. So,
I'm not coming.
So I hit this deer, totaled the car, and then it's a Saturday, so none of the mechanics are open. So now it's like I just got to get a motel. I have to walk like a mile to a motel, stay there till Monday, just for them to be like, yeah, we don't do body work. So now I have to have it towed again to this place in Bend, which is like a half hour away. and AAA only covers the first 5 miles. So that's almost like another $200. They get it towed up there just for them to be like, yeah, it's completely total. So now I got to rent a car, and then I have to go to my shows that are Thursday, Friday up in like, so I'm going from Oregon. That's like 5 hours up to Natchez, Washington. So that's Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday is like another 8 hours to Big Fork, Montana. And then I got to drive 13 hours all the way back to Crescent City, California. It's still in the rental car, by the way. Got to re-rent the car. Take that money and put it all towards re-renting the car.
Oh, man.
So I can go back to Crescent City to try to do this video for the Liquid Death to get sponsored, which nothing happened. That was a total waste of time. And then I drove
that sucks.
24 hours straight from Crescent City all the way to Colorado to another booker where I'm a favorite at the club, but I haven't worked there in 2 years. So I got to show up there and be like, yo, dude, what's up? So
you're shaking down gigs.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's like,
how about a Sunday? Oh, okay.
I need $200.
So that's Saturday night. So at least I get to sleep Saturday night. But then the following night, I have a Sunday show at a bar for $100 just so I can get gas money. And not only then directly after the show, I leave immediately so I could drive another 13 hours to get this rental car returned into Moline. And then I just was doing shows with my buddy and carpooling with him in the Midwest. And then I flew to Vegas, did shows there, and then Laughlin, took all that money, and now I'm driving this Hyundai Elantra from 2006.
Now,
yeah. So
I want you to take that story you just told us, that true story, and write that movie.
Yeah.
That is a movie that I would go see. God bless you. Oh my
I
God.
just saw the movie. In my head, I tapped.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was just nonstop. Like,
let's shoot the winter scene
sleep
again.
deprived.
Walking in the snow.
Yeah. Dude, it was rough,
horrible,
man. But
so
now,
Patrick, I got a question for those who don't know. Explain what's going on here.
I'm on that car.
Oh, this is
yes.
So this actually started. This started way back in 2015. So the original car I had was this Honda Accord, 1994 Honda Accord, and it was stick shift, and it was such a piece of shit. It was like it was like it knew I was trying to get rid of it. Anytime I got a little bit of money saved, it was like, oh, I saw you looking at that Hyundai distributor cap, like something else. It was like an abusive relationship. I hated this car. So, and then I remember I was in Nebraska and I was smoking a joint, and I'm like, what if I had people sign this thing? Because I'm not a big social media guy. Like, I'm not a big, like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I'm very good on stage, but I hate like looking into a camera and telling people what I'm eating or shit like that. So I was like,
Cheerios.
Yeah. Hey, it's so cringy to me to do that. But it's like, but I've realized in this business you have to embrace narcissism at least a little bit to have some kind of success. Before it is disgusting as a fucking trait.
Why we're here.
Yeah. And then so I was like, this car itself is worth $500 anyway. I was like, what if I had people sign it? And that was such a good idea, because then it was like, then you were like, oh, you're the guy with the car, and then it went from something that I hated that I was really proud of, and that was the biggest change for me. That changed my perspective. It was like, so anytime I had to take it to the shop or get it repaired, it went from you fucking piece of shit to come on, baby, let's go, let's just do one, And I was like really, proud of it. But then I wrecked it. I ended up rolling the car and I had 387,000 miles on it when
it was the same deer
from
earlier.
Yeah, that one was worse because I actually rolled the car. It was like totally.
But me and Casey both signed both of those cards.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle saying the car pictured needs to be an album cover.
Thanks, man. Yeah. That's it's my Facebook profile pic, at least.
That's awesome, man. And it's so cool because people go out there from the audience and they're like blown away. Pat, like, sign my car. And they're like, oh, okay, sure.
I'm gonna get it up going again as soon as I get out west. Like I'll have a little bit of time, and so I'm gonna get this Hyundai painted. I'll have that one. I'm gonna start that one up. But having people sign the car though was another layer, because after I wrecked it, like so many people that signed it felt attached to it, and then they contributed to my GoFundMe, and then I was back on the road in less than a week. And that the picture you showed is the car that my fans bought me, and and it was a Honda CRV. It was green when I first got it, and I had it painted white. And that one's retired. I still have that one. That one's in
That's
my
awesome,
girlfriend's.
dude.
Yeah, I still have that one. That one's in my girlfriend's place in Tucson, Arizona. So, yeah.
That's going to be tough for a current girlfriend to see all those signatures. The man on the road.
Sure.
Who the hell is Jessica?
Yeah. No, the best thing about it,
What is this shit?
She
all of your
she's a graphic designer though, so she can work remotely. So she could come, the only way it works. So she could come visit me and she could work remotely. Otherwise, we've been together 5 years now, man.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great news.
Yeah, it's
man,
awesome.
I remember I had a
It's
conversation with you. It's kind of hard to have when you're going constantly,
Yeah. People were like, "Oh, do you have any kids?" I'm like, "Yo, I can't even take care of a fucking goldfish right now." But yeah,
and they're in the trunk right now. No,
yeah. She's on the no kids thing either. She knew in high school she didn't want kids, so she got her tubes tied when she was like 30. She was like, "Good, yeah, it's awesome."
That's awesome,
Nice.
dude. That's perfect. You found the right woman.
It's
buddy.
great. Yeah. No, she's it, man. And she's the one that does all my flyers. Whenever I make a flyer for shows, that's her. She's the one that she'll whip it out.
No, not. Can we the picture that we have of Pat? That's an amazing poster. Bill Stone did that. We can clean a little house here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great flyer.
That's a great shot of you,
I
buddy.
love how cool that Rodney's in your shot too.
That's my favorite shirt. That's probably that's probably the shirt that I wear the most on stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's great for who is this guy? Oh, he's a comedian. That's and you're showing respect.
No, dude, you look like a rock star in that one, I think.
Yeah, a buddy of mine who was also he used to do comedy, but he got into photography, and he took those pictures. And another buddy of mine, Luke Swanson, he was great. He's got a real good eye for it, and he's got.
That's a great picture you do.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, last week when on Loud and Nerdy show on the network, they showed this to plug to the show for you guys, and people noticed Rodney, but they were more complimentary on the jacket than actual Rodney. They're like, "That's a kick-ass jacket."
I found that at
Burlington
Coat Factory
Joe.
for like $80.
But that Rodney
Nice.
picture, I love that Rodney picture.
Yeah. Well, because it's getting a little worn out, so I had my girlfriend got me a few more shirts, just so I have some backups.
Another Rodney shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So, we got a question for you then. Do you have a favorite Rodney movie?
Oh man, I'd probably say Back to School.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back to school.
Yeah.
The triple Lindy.
Caddyshack is great. But
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Triple Lindy.
Yeah, Caddyshack is great, but Back to School I think is my favorite.
Nice.
The Sam Kinison scene is hysterical.
Yeah, that's because McCarthy was too afraid.
yeah.
So it didn't Rodney, Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay. Didn't they start the whole $15,000 budget thing for the whole Coke?
Oh no, that was started by Jack Nicholson.
No, it's funny though. Sam Kinison though, so how long? My brother's 6 years older than me. So when I first started getting into comedy, when I was 8, 9 years old, I saw Eddie Murphy Raw at 9.
When you were 8?
Yeah, 8, 9. Seriously,
Wow.
yeah, 8, 9 years old. Because my parents would be like, "All right, we're headed out," and then they just leave me you're in charge. So I was 8. He was 14.
15.
Yeah, exactly. He's 6 years older than me. So then I started really getting into comedy, and then when I was 12. In 7th grade, we had to do a book report on a deceased American, and everybody else was doing Martin Luther King or JFK. Mine was Sam Kinison. We had to bring in an audio visual aid, so I brought in his album Live from Hell and played it for about 48 seconds before the teacher was like, "Oh God, my job," and had to turn it off. So yeah, it was that's how long I've been in
I love Sam
really into
Kinison.
comedy. Yeah,
I loved him.
Yeah.
We had a L.A. Hardy, who I think it was on the very first show at Mickey Finn's with you as well.
Oh yeah, I love LA.
And L.A. does a show with us. It wasn't anything raunchy. Maybe he cursed a couple times, and it's with a bar show. And I get this email. It's like, "I was at your show, and that was not funny. That was crude. I prefer comedians like Eddie Murphy. Is what she says to me. I go, what? So, and she's thinking Eddie Murphy in the Nutty Professor movie.
Right.
That's And so I sent her, I replied to her, and I just YouTubed her. I just sent her the whole raw set from Eddie Murphy. I go, enjoy your Eddie Murphy right now.
That's hysterical, dude.
And it was like it was a free show, a no cover Wednesday show. And LA wasn't even, I'm like, did LA even curse? I was like thinking of the set back. And he was slaying. He was having big laughs. And they're like, yeah, who didn't have a good time?
Dude, I remember one time I was doing a show at the Improv, and after the show, it was like these really Christian religious girls. They're like, it was funny, but it was just a little, the language and stuff like that. I was like, hey, yeah, it's not for everyone. I go, who do you guys want to go see? And they're like, we like to go see Tracy Morgan. And I was like, okay. So I got them tickets to go see Tracy Morgan. He's to talk about eating asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you they love that one.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
It's like Casey, it's not the same Tracy Morgan you see on Saturday Night Live.
Right, yeah.
Restricted.
This is NBC, and then Tracy Morgan on stage where he's like, "You fucking."
Right. That's the Tracy Morgan from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
I watched that show. Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and that was also Bob Saget had that effect as well.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And they were like, hey, look at this squirrel over. This squirrel knocked the box over.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. Like, we're gonna go see his stand-up.
Yeah,
it's the most.
I've had people say they went and saw Bob Saget and just said, I couldn't believe he wasn't like the guy on Full. No, of course not.
Or America's Funniest Home Videos.
He's one of the dirtiest comedians.
Yeah, I guess I heard a Bob Saget bit he would do to other comedians and friends. He would walk into a room with yogurt on his face and he'd go, I got the job. And he was like a constant bit he did.
No, wait a minute, Casey. So I saw something briefly, and I think it was on Casey and Spaz's site. Did you guys host Joey one time, or was he in Stewart?
No, Dave Coulier.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Uncle Joey.
Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
We did have
Joey. Kind of threw me. Yeah, we had him at the Lyric Theater.
You got to keep it simple for Spaz.
And we had it. And listen, we did it on a Wednesday because we couldn't get a weekend. We did really well.
Pretty much sold it out, just shy of 500. So that was crazy.
And Coulier was
another Detroit guy too. So we had a lot of Detroit connections with him. I go, can you not bring the woodchuck? And he said, no problem. Wore a Red Wings jersey.
Yeah.
Pat, you've been following hockey this season?
Oh, of course, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My team is
Washington.
Yeah. They're at the
Rangers.
Top
go Rangers.
Sorry, took you guys out.
Here we go.
Yeah. Overtime win. Big Tom Wilson with the game-winning goal, dude. Loved it. But yeah, they're looking good right now, man. Pretty happy about them.
I got to start kicking people off the show.
Hey, you guys swept us last year in the playoffs, and it was a barrage of Rangers fans on our fan page just talking nonstop shit. So we'll just have our
Did
moment.
Dave go down on you in the theater?
I got the job.
Jerry Kimura. Wow.
I'll tell you what was interesting about Dave Coulier there. We had an after show party, and Dave says, hey, let's get something to eat. I'm not doing the merch. So he goes, I'd like to go with you and Casey. So we had a little table, and so meanwhile, we told that was an after show party. Here's Dave sitting there, me and Casey waiting. There's a line of like 10 people waiting to talk to Dave. And Casey's like, what are you doing? He goes, get these people out of here. We're eating. And Dave goes, no, it's okay. So now we're sitting with these people. He's eating French fries. They're asking, and it's mostly our comedian. Phil Eastman did it. There was a couple of comedians that tell us about comedy. Well, I'm eating.
Well, and I remember the story a little different. We didn't set up any. You have to do a meet and greet or anything.
Right.
You do a show. He was doing us a favor. He was doing a deal with us, and I go, hey, a lot of people went to this restaurant across the way. They'd love to see you if you want to go over there. And he goes, sure. And he went over and everyone like applauds. And then he greets a ton of people.
He
took
was awesome.
And he didn't have to do any of that. So
no, he didn't. It wasn't a meet and greet, but we just said, hey, yeah, he wanted to
But then he brought out the woodchuck.
So I got a quick Bob Saget story because I opened for him in West Palm. But
Okay.
and for I opened for him twice. But the West Palm one, dude, he was a maniac. Dude. Like they start because it was a sold out show, so they started the show a little bit late. And the manager there, you remember, she was real sweet. Remember Heather? She was like kind of like,
yeah.
And she was like, hey, and she's just like a real sweet person. He's like, okay, we should be starting soon. He's like, okay, that's great. And as soon as she leaves the room, he's like, God, they can't start a fucking show here on time. What's the okay? Yeah, I hope she gets AIDS. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Look, he said he was like, I swear to God, throughout the weekend, he wished AIDS on like at least 7 or 10 different people.
That was loaded up quite a bit.
And then at the end, like they wanted pictures with him, the entire staff, right? So he's like, oh yeah, you want a picture? So he wanted to do one big picture with everybody, but then they formed a line. He goes, oh, we're doing one at a time. And you can see his face he's just like fucking wants to go fucking berserk, but it's like jaws clenching and he's smiling, trying to fucking not go nuts. He's just taking a picture, dude. It was so fucking great. It was like, it's like this guy's gonna. He's like, you can tell he's like, I hope you get AIDS. I hope you get AIDS.
Yeah, you gotta...
Hey, I got the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild.
But there's some really great stories. There was, you remember the old Miami Improv, where it was like you would go straight from the green room.
The green room was next to the stage. Yeah,
it was go directly to stage. I think it was Forrest Shaw was telling me he was hosting for fucking Tommy Davidson.
Oh, I know this story.
Yeah, so he goes. So then Forrest is hosting the show. So he opens the door to the green room. Fucking O.J. Simpson is in the green room, like,
oh my God,
chilling. Yeah, and then there's this chick with them, and it's like this white chick on the couch, and she's like, I know, it's crazy, right? And fucking Forrest goes, yeah, okay. And he turns around and leaves, and then he goes to watch the show. And then was it Tommy Davidson used to have this bit where he would like do the Spanish channel, he'd like O.J. Simpson, and then so as soon as he says O.J. Simpson opens the fucking door from the green room and comes to the stage with a fucking knife in his hand, and then people were fucking like mortified. They're like,
how do you react to that?
And they're like there was a few like awkward, and then like then Tommy Davidson acts scared and he runs off the stage. But the look on people's faces was like, what the fuck is happening right now, dude? That was one of my favorite Miami Improv stories. And Forrest was like,
that's a great one.
Yeah, dude, Forrest, like the way he tells it to us is hysterical.
So I don't have a way of reading into this. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it'll make sense.
We went viral, Joe.
Speaking of Saget, does Patrick have a version of the Aristocrats?
Oh no, I don't. I don't have an Aristocrat. That'd take too much effort.
Oh, somebody sent that.
Yeah, an Aristocrats joke. Yeah, that would be. I like them. Those are fun. But yeah, like that was one of my favorite documentaries.
I never attempted the Aristocrat.
Yeah,
have you ever attempted it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was like when it came out. It's a lot of detail, and it just has to be the most vile, fucking horrible shit that you can think of.
Right.
So yeah.
What are we talking about? Like a sexual act here?
Sexual act.
No, the Aristocrat. You don't know the Aristocrat, then.
I know. Never heard of it.
The joke.
I thought it was a cartoon. This wasn't there in a cartoon series with some cats? Oh, those were the Aristocats.
The Aristocats?
Yeah. There was actual cartoon, a children's cartoon called the Aristocats.
Oh, the animated movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Cats dancing.
And Pat goes, yeah, it was animated, all right.
I remember the other animated cat show where the
Top Cat
was smoking doobies and
that was
doing
Top
female
Cat.
cats.
Oh, that's
that
Felix.
Wasn't Top Cat.
Oh no, Fritz
that
the
wasn't
cat.
Felix.
Fritz.
There was another one. Fritz. That's it. Fritz the cat.
Right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
that
Fritz?
was a 70s animated movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to follow the chain that got us here. This conversation.
Is it a daisy?
Break it down. Yeah. If Robert Bass was here, this wouldn't be going off the rails.
Well, it's
Yep.
we start the aristocrats is the reason I think everybody went, oh.
Yeah, that threw me off. I didn't know what was going on there.
Patrick, where do you go after stopping at Fort Pierce this Saturday?
I got Porky's in St. Cloud.
Nice.
Friday, Saturday. That's a fun
You'll
room.
be eating well.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm trying to slim down here, so I'm doing really
yeah,
good about. Yeah. Dropped
Get
about
the-
15 pounds.
Get the chicken. Go
Yeah, I got it. And then after that, I got Miami, the Comedy Inn in Miami.
Nice.
Oh, no.
That's
Then
a
Key
hard
West.
one. That's a hard one. Those are all great rooms. But some crazy shows at those places.
The last time I was there, man, it was great. It was like tight little kill box, man. I had good shows there.
All right, I got to interrupt. So we're promoting Saturday show in Fort Pierce. What can we expect Saturday?
Oh, man, that place is that.
Not Casey.
Because you're not going to be around
I'm
Saturday.
not going to be there. I got another.
You weren't there last
show.
time either.
I know. I'm so.
Well, he didn't
You're
miss
not going to
anything.
be there Saturday?
I'm not going to be there Saturday. I got
Are you
another.
working somewhere?
I want a
I'm
refund.
working at this fundraiser I'm doing across town.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like 40 minutes away. I've been trying to time it up. I'm like, I gotta get over there. So I'll hit you up. We'll talk about trying to connect.
Are you
Yeah,
going to
I
be here
bought
Sunday,
tickets for-
Pat, though? Are you going to be here Sunday as well?
Yeah, I
leaving
mean, I'll be around. You know.
Or maybe we can do some Sunday, kids.
That's right. Or early.
I gotta
Saturday.
drive. Like after the show, though, I'm driving from Fort Pierce. I'm staying with a buddy. of
We'll
mine.
figure
I
it out.
don't
We'll
live
talk.
anywhere.
We'll talk off the air.
Yeah, we'll talk after.
But hey, what do you tell us? What do you think about? You've seen a lot of stages. You've been on about as many as anyone
Yeah,
out
what do you
there.
think of the Black
What do you think of the Black Box as a
No,
comedy venue?
it's one of the easiest rooms to do. It's such a great setup. Like, I feel like you have to go out of your way to have a bad set there. You know, it's just like it's
And
a great fun.
we've done it.
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
You know what it is about that place, man? It's just that, Casey, when we first got there, man, we wanted to make that place a really great place for you guys. And we succeeded. And everybody says the same thing, Pat. You get treated well. We treat people good there.
Well, everything comes to line because the structure of it, the lower ceilings, the good lighting, the seating, everything.
The green room.
Yeah, but you guys consistently book. It's funny to see you guys go from Mickey Finn's, which is like,
I know,
like,
right?
Because I always, and what's that other room that it was like on a Wednesday?
Mulligans. I was just going to say.
Mulligans.
Are you still doing that
Mulligans?
place?
No,
or
not
Jensen?
doing
Oh, God, the last time I was there.
Wait a
I
minute.
wasn't at that one either. I wasn't there either. I don't think. I think I missed like
Was
3
that-
shows.
There was that
Mulligans
woman,
and Jensen?
Oh, wait.
Shut your mouth.
Pat.
Yeah, it's upstairs and it's just open. Your motorcycles are going.
It
by.
was. This is like the Bret Hart dungeon of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, it's like
That's
this is like punching meat in a freezer.
yeah.
like
Listen.
Rocky, you're just like trying to. Dude, it was
Listen.
brutal.
I got $150 on a Wednesday. Do you want it?
Yeah,
Well, you just understand.
But what was
When I was
funny
in,
about that night, you're telling the story like when you went through that whole 24th thing and you said 13 hours and I had to go drive up here. And Mickey Finzi goes, listen, I got to get the fuck out of here. I got a 12-hour drive to Washington, D.C. I love you, Spaz, but I'm out of here. This place is fucking
Dude, but
crazy.
that Mulligan's place, remember the last time I was there is that woman had her son there and it was like his 21st birthday and they were just loud as fuck and just being annoying. And then Spaz is trying to be polite. He's like, hey, could you guys keep it down? And then she got a serious attitude and she was about to leave. She was about to leave. And this guy goes, Spaz, no, stay. I was like, Spaz, let him fucking
Spaz, relationship instincts.
Yeah, and Spaz was just like trying to be nice to him. And then, and then she's twice as loud now. And then eventually I got her to walk out during my set.
Pat was good.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
that was disgusting.
Oh, I was furious.
Bye.
And then she was like, she's getting loud as shit. So I just start staring at him, and I go, what the fuck is the deal with you? She's like, well, we were being quiet. I go, obviously not. You're still fucking doing this shit. You're being loud as fuck. And then she's like, I don't need this shit. I was like, I love that you're catching an attitude when all we're asking is for you to be fucking considerate. Like that's like the only thing we're doing. Oh, this is the story you're gonna tell on Monday when you leave. Oh, can you believe I was at this place and they asked me to be fucking considerate of other people. Fuck them. You're like, what the, you narcissistic cunt. Dude, it was so horrible.
But meanwhile, Pat had to leave because he had to
Spaz is now dating her.
Yeah, probably. His ex-wife number 4 coming up. The kid's grown. He's out of the house.
Wife 4,
Patrick,
5,
have you
and
met
6.
the narcissistic cunt? She NC is fine. It's shorter.
Because were we hanging out one time and he was like, "Oh yeah, this one girl, she was lying too much." And they go, "Well, that's better than the stabber, I guess," because he was dating somebody that was stabbing somebody.
Yeah.
Was got stabbed by one of them.
Oh, one time Spaz goes up because he goes, "You know what my lying girlfriend just did?" I go, "What?" "She lied to me."
Liar.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Man, for you
She's
locals,
wearing a red flag.
I won't tell the stories of downtown Jensen because when I was in college, I lived, for locals that know this, I lived off of Skyline Drive, which is right by downtown Jensen.
You guys might have been, Spaz and Joe might have been roommates, actually. You guys, you were there for a little bit, Spaz.
So the guy, the dishwasher at that joint, he was my coke dealer in college. I'm kidding. But downtown Jensen, I mean, that's where you went for everything. But so, Pat, we have a question for you. Do you have a good heckler story besides the narcissistic cunt?
I got a lot of them.
He's got 100 on my back.
Yeah, so one that I really enjoyed was I was in Pittsburgh, and it was like, for whatever reason, it was probably like 20% black people and the rest was mixed or whatever. But the most of the black people were sitting up front, except for these 3 white bitches that were like just nonstop talking through the entire, like I'm like 15 minutes into my set. So I'm just giving them a minute. What I like to do when somebody's talking and being annoying, I let them bother the rest of the crowd. So I'm sitting there and I can see people's heads turning, like they're getting annoyed with them. And then, so I just stop and I stare at them. And then finally get their attention. I go, am I interrupting you guys? And she goes, a little bit. And I'm like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you noticed, but you're interrupting all this shit. I don't know if you noticed the lights. And she goes, well, my friend's getting married. I go, yeah, I get that. And I'm sure I wasn't your first choice. I bet you guys went to one of those male review places, but you got kicked out because nobody can maintain a hard on with you ugly cunts in the room. And then, yeah. It's like, because nobody can maintain a hard on with you ugly cunts in the room. And then she immediately, the black guy's fucking laughing next to her. He's fucking hunched over laughing. And then she's like, no. She's getting really, that's too much. No. And I'm like, are you upset? I go, do you want to talk to my human resources? I go, what's up? I'm human resources. Go fuck yourself. And I go, she's still mad. I go, you want to talk to the CEO? Still me, bitch. Fucking black dude gets up and high fives with you.
I love that.
And they just sat there fucking mad the entire rest of the show. And then after the show, like this one black chick comes up, she was like, I wanted to tell her to shut the fuck up from the very beginning, but I don't want to be the loud black bitch. I was like, you would have been a hero.
I don't want to be the loud
fuck them, dude. So yeah, it was a good night. I was like, I love when the crowd's like on your side. And then I had another one where somebody had a baby in the fucking audience. It was like a baby starts crying, and then I'm in the middle of my set, and they're like, and I'm just stopping there. It's just awkward. I'm like, sorry, everybody. I've never been heckled by an infant before. It's really difficult trying to figure out a way to tell a little baby to shut the fuck up without trying to sound like a complete asshole. And I was like, shut the fuck up, you stupid baby. Yeah, so finally they left, and I was like, who the fuck is bringing a fucking infant?
Yes. So Spaz and Casey, I'm curious. I same question. Who wants to go first? Heckler stories.
We're a little different, especially our hosting. We engage on purpose.
Okay, so
which one were you going to say?
Let me tell the Vicky Finch heckle story. This guy's heckling one of the comedians, and Casey's on one side, I'm on the other side. So I woke up and go, hey, you're being a little loud, and a lot of people are complaining back here. Can you bring it down? Okay. And he goes, okay. He goes, no. And he gets start getting louder and louder and louder. And he brings the manager over now. Casey's on the other side. He brings the manager over and goes, hey, this guy, I want him removed. And I start laughing at his face. I go, you want me removed from here? He goes, yeah. He came over, ruined my dinner, and I want a free dinner and I want a drink. And the manager goes, so this is the guy you're talking about? You want me to move out of here? He goes, yeah. I go, that's funny. Because guess what? I want him out of here. And
my
goes,
place.
who are you? I go, this is my show. And then Casey comes over. He wants to fight me. So I go, come on, let's go. He wouldn't come out with me. Casey got manned right up. I go,
Spaz, and in Spaz's defense, this was a guy taller than Spaz. Big guy.
he was huge. He was huge.
He goes, you want to take it outside? Spaz didn't hesitate and goes, let's go, and started walking outside. And the guy followed him. And then the guy realized, like, there's no one here on your side, dumbass. Like, everyone's here for comedy. And he backed off.
Yeah, and
then after the fight was diffused, I was there.
LA Hardy, everybody's like, "Oh, you're not fucking with Spaz without fucking with us." Yeah. He goes, okay. And he left. So that was a great heckler story.
Spaz hit him with a super kick like Shawn Michaels. Did the crotch chop. That went crazy.
So I was doing a show. This is like years and years ago. I was doing a show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and again, still like. Never-ending tour, fucking driving nonstop. I'm tired. Car repairs canceled. Like a gig was canceled on the way there for like 2. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, good, more money losing. But the room's great though. It's a great room in Harrisburg. And then this kid hosting. It was his first time hosting, and he's really excited. He's got a bunch of his friends out, and I get off stage, and the show went great. He was like, "Hey man, that was really fun." He's like, "You want to come hang out with me, my buddies?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, you were funny. Let's go hang out. I need to relax or whatever." But he was heavier and he lost a bunch of weight. But his friends, as a prank, photoshopped his head on Fat Bastard's body, like on like a bunch of like flyers, and they were handing them out everywhere, so like just randomly you would see him places. So we go to the bar, we grab some drinks, and then afterwards we're at the hot dog stand, and I'll get him some hot dogs, and I'm getting mine. And then I see his flyer on the hot dog stand. I'm like, "Yo, there's your flyer, bro." And we're laughing. And then this Jersey Shore looking motherfucker behind me starts mocking me. He's like, "Did you flyer, bro?" And I'm like, "All right, whatever." I'm ignoring him, but he keeps getting louder and more obnoxious. He's like, it was like those croissant dogs too. So I'm like, I look back at him and I look at the kid. I'm like, "Yo, is this dude for real?" And then the host of it is like, "Yeah, way to make fun of strangers, you asshole." He's kind of like sitting down, leaning on the pole, whatever. And the guy's like, "What, bitch? You want to get fucked up? You want to get knocked out?" And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, calm down. By the way, nice Miami Vice jacket, you bitch. And then he starts looking, he's like, "Fucking, you want to get fucked?" He starts getting closer and closer and closer. He's like, "I'll fucking fuck you up right now." And then so I'm just leaning back. And I guess he thinks he's intimidating me. I just close my eyes and I headbutt this fucking idiot as hard as I can. Just put everything I got into it. Like back. And then I caught him like on the side of the nose. His eye is bleeding and he stumbles back. And he's like, "But dude, you fucking headbutt me, bro?" But I still have my hot dogs in my hand, so I fucking step forward. I'm like, "You come here and get me fuck you up." And then the kid,
you turn into Popeye with
the kid hosting is dying laughing. He's like, "What fucking planet are you from?" And then the kid that was hosting the show was Shane Gillis.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was his first time hosting. It was in Mechanicsburg. Where the show is where he's from.
Oh wow!
So and then the guy I headbutted starts looking around. And he starts seeing how deep, like, because Shane's got like 15 of his friends with him, and then I had like a bunch of people come and move the show. And then Shane stands up and he's like fucking 6'4".
Yeah, college.
Yeah. And then this kid's like, "Oh, this is a huge mistake." And then so we did. I felt like I just beat up a real life Karate Kid villain. It was like better. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, it's so nice."
You're training, Danielson.
Yeah. So the way his eyes were watering, it was so great, man. I really felt good.
Wow,
Casey, you got a good.
Put that in the movie. That's a movie. I'm telling you.
Casey, you had a heckler at the Lyric Theater when you were doing the Led Zeppelin show. You remember that guy?
Well, I always loved because I'll do music, and comedy and music doesn't always go together. But I realize why they think I'm holding up the show. They're like, "This comedian is stopping Pure Zeppelin. If we work together and crush his spirit, the band will play." Like, are you that dumb? The band isn't even ready. They hired me to do this. Like, this is what the band wanted. But yeah, you got to keep just hitting the guy till they're like. I always love when you show them everyone hates you. Like, hey, everybody, do we want to hear more from him? They're like, give me a boo. Boo! And so, yeah, if you want to hear more from the things that were really funny from me, yeah, yay! When you get every one of them, they're like, okay, like, because they all pay too, asshole.
Right. And having them slow clapped out of a fucking comedy club, like an 80s movie.
Or golf clap, right? Golf clap. I see
everybody
that too.
Just starts off slow and then it gets an applause.
Yeah,
hit him with the na 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 na. Hey, and they just like walk of shame. Yeah.
Casey, tell the one about the comedian. Where
hold on one second.
In the middle of
JW's saying that 2 fisting croissant dogs and headbutts also would make a great album name.
That would.
It's my go-to movie.
Hey, I think JW got your own show. We're rolling pretty good here without you.
And JW will be on the Indie Escape Network next.
That's right. I got some housekeeping to do.
Case, tell the story where the lady got
Flatulent Fred Thursdays.
This drunk guy got up at one of our shows, and the headliner. And just
this was very good.
And tell that story.
This was Cisco did this. And he was middling. And a drunk guy gets up from the front row, leaves. He goes, "Can you believe this guy? He left right before I did my close. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's mess with this guy. Everyone get in the first, second, third row, get up and move around, change your seats up. When he comes out, I'm going to say Meatloaf, and you guys are going to act like it's the funniest thing you ever heard, and you're going to give me a standing ovation as I end my show. And then when you sit down, he's going to have no idea where his seat is. So he's kind of going on. The guy comes out, it's like, and then I got some meatloaf. This guy's looking around. Oh, what? He leaves the club. And I run and I stop him. I go, hey. He goes, bro, I had too much to drink. I can't even find my seat. And he left.
Or the people.
Did he pay his tab? Or just like what?
Turns out we lost $110. Who's the smart one now?
Yeah.
Hey, so wait a minute. Train me in this. How do I do this Saturday?
Whoa.
Well,
how's that go? Tell the Mary Ellen Hooper story. That's the headliner.
I don't want to
people up.
Okay, I'm not going to say the comedian, but
well, I just did, so it doesn't matter.
Well, Mary Ellen was the headliner, so that doesn't ruin the. We both Spaz and I think Spaz actually was there. I wasn't there.
Casey was doing the.
Spaz was there. There was another comedian there, and the other comedian was having a rough go at it, and people are starting to leave the show, and we're not even there, and our headliner is going. It's going to get better. I'm going to hold on. They're like trying to convince. Here's one. How about here's a joke over here? They're trying to keep the people that are leaving. They're like, ugh.
Mary Ellen chased them out to the road before they could get in their car and begged them to come back in. Basically, please.
What venue was this at? Mickey?
That was at the Black Box.
The Black Box.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
She goes, I'm telling you, it's going to get better. I'm really good. She's out there convincing people. No, we're
Mary Ellen's awesome.
Yeah.
I
know.
Like, our whole empire is going right down the.
She's actually Mary Ellen's doing the charity is headlining the charity event that I'm doing.
Yeah,
okay. She's the headliner for that thing.
Now it sounds less
golf course.
But the best heckler I've ever seen was Tom Rhodes. This guy was giving him shit. And he just looks at the guy and goes, "Hey, you weren't like that in the men's room before the show. Come on, Daddy's working up here, buddy. I'll be back." It was like this guy was so embarrassed, man.
Tom came to Mickey Finn's. Tom Rhodes comes to Mickey Finn's. One of the first guys on Comedy Central. He hosted a bunch of stuff. Had his own talk show in Amsterdam, like Letterman. And so he comes and does our little Port St. Lucie Mickey Finn's room on a Wednesday. And this one guy starts interrupting, and then he just tears this guy apart. He's like, "Oh my, what would Freud say about someone who interrupts a comedian that's killing? Maybe he has some homosexual tendencies, and maybe Daddy's working here." And but he just it was like he just kept nailing him. I can't remember all the line, but he's just like crushing this guy. And this guy was like a boxer on the ropes, just going boom, boom. And he goes, "Oh, this all came out wrong. Let me buy you a drink. Can I get a vinegar and water for this douchebag over here?" And it was like just hammer after hammer on this guy. Like it's throw the flag, Tom, throw the flag. It's okay.
Oh, it was so great though. The audience loved it.
Oh,
he
yeah.
just killed this guy. But that guy was a jerk, though. Just
But
like
who's
Pat
not a
said,
jerk
that
is
lady
anyone
was a
that-
jerk that night, too.
We got a great crowd coming Saturday night. We're filling them in. They're coming for Pat. They're coming for Robert Bass,
It's gonna be a
Tommy
great
Love,
show.
Spaz McGourty. I might swing in at the end of the show.
Hey, Joe, you should come.
I'm still
Joe is
wrapping my-
coming. Joe's coming.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be in table 29 with my wife.
Table
That's
29.
fantastic.
You've
I'm still
all been.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around who was walking people at that. It's like,
Thanks, Spaz.
what
I
the
bet
fuck?
it was me. I was the middle. No.
No, what happened? Oh, we can't tell you. I'll tell you at the
I
sunrise.
know, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, dude, was he like, did he have his dick out? Like, what the fuck? How did he do that? He's been doing his sock
He
puppet
just,
with his-
you know what? Just every once in a while, just the crowd didn't get him. Normally, he
Oh.
does really well.
Oh,
It
okay.
just didn't get
It
him.
was
man.
it was kind of not kind of surprising.
And you know, sometimes, and you know this because you're a veteran comedian, you know it's time to close. He didn't close. He went into another new bit that didn't work. He did two new bits.
Whatever
It
the
didn't
reason
work.
was. I don't know why
It
you're
didn't
trying.
work.
You weren't even there though, but
Yes, I was.
but you left.
No,
Yeah.
I was there.
But you had to leave. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, my normal closer that usually gets left didn't get one, so I'm gonna go to the backup here.
Yeah.
It's like you know,
Plan B.
yeah, this will do better. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
go. Just get off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, guys,
listen.
guess what? We've been at it for an hour. And
Oh.
what do we say? in
Oh,
the
we gotta go.
biz?
That's right.
I've never said that to
You
a
gonna-
woman.
Are you going to do some?
What do we say in the biz? Always leave them come back for more?
Hey,
What?
can we
Always
do this
leave and
again?
come back to more. Wait.
Yeah.
That's in
We're
the
gonna
keys
follow.
only.
We're gonna follow Pat with cameras and go on a journey.
Yes.
We're
Where
gonna
can we
shoot this-
follow?
Let's India. We're gonna shoot this movie. Madison.
Listen.
Pat Garrity's a new star here.
Pat Garrity is a true road comedian, one of the best
Dog,
in the
that's
world.
what we should be doing.
One of the best because you keep grinding. We love you, man. We love that
We do.
you're honing the art even harder than
So-
anyone out there, and that's why it's so good. And
I'm going to
so
take over for
give-
a second.
give
So,
back.
Pat.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So yeah, if you guys
He's
would
got
have
some
thought,
housework to do, man.
Well, yeah, I want to bring Pat full screen. Pat, where can we find you on social media? If people want to follow
glad you
you,
asked
your
because my
career, your-
Instagram account got hacked, so I need as many followers.
no.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram at PG Road Dog. Same thing on X or Twitter is PG Road Dog, and Facebook just Patrick Garrity. So yeah, I need those likes, man.
We'll get you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
We love you, man.
All right, and you know I'm going to do the same thing for you too, Spaz. Where can folks find you on social media?
Spaz McGourty on Twitter, Spaz McGourty on Instagram, and Spaz McGourty on TikTok.
All right. Well, I guess that kind of leaves Casey.
did anyone? Nobody saw my name, by the way. Did anyone look at the?
I
Papa
saw
Bear?
Papa Bear. I did see that.
Casey Papa Bear Peruski, the brains of Casey and Spaz comedy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Especially has that great soul.
Spaz is everything. Yeah, Spaz is the talent and the looks and the cocaine.
You got a lot
It's-
of talent. You're
It's
kidding.
dipping in.
We both have
yeah,
Mine were ruined in the 70s, though.
that's right. He's got residual cocaine that just pops in. Let's go. So yeah, Casey Peru on Instagram and Casey and Spaz Comedy on all major thingamabobs.
That's right. Hey,
all
Joe,
right.
what
So,
about
yes.
you?
And
hey,
sunrisetheater.com and hey, sunrisetheater.com is all our comedy corner
yes,
tickets.
please.
That is this is one of the
and
reasons
live
the
at
li-
the Black Box.
live
Saturday
at the
night.
Black Box.
And
Our
hey,
microphones
also
are
our website,
gigantic.
CNScomedy.com. CNScomedy.com.
Thank you,
Okay.
Spaz. That was
So what I'm
a
going to
little,
say
little
is-
desperate on the last one. All right.
What was that web address again?
CNScomedy.com. Oh, shut up. I fell right for that, didn't I?
Huh?
I'd like to buy a vowel. No.
Thank you, Spaz.
Listen, there's a noise order. Yeah.
All right, but after this show, you guys have another show, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right. Oh, and that's one. Actually, James, that's actually the. I might have sent you the wrong one. I have the exact
Uh-oh.
same poster for, but James Jan is, and that one is in Melbourne at the Italian American Club. It's another room we have comics.
Which
too.
is fine.
It's a fun room. Yeah, if you like jokes about the old country, come to the Italian American Club in Melbourne.
It's a great club.
Yeah, so yeah, we've been there a couple of years sending comics up there. James Young, another great comic. A lot of talent has spent time here in Florida, right, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm so glad that I started my career here, man. Like, serious, like.
No, there's been a lot. Hey, if you can't do it in Jensen Beach, where can you do it? Right?
I'll never forget that look at Pat before he left me. He goes, Casey's not coming, huh? I go,
sorry.
He goes like this. He goes,
I missed like 3 of these.
Listen, I appreciate this, but I'll never come back to Mulligan.
I'm
never coming back here.
Listen, I'm trying to get one of my 3 kids into college. Like, I think that's baseball average. That's pretty good. 1 of 3.
Well, the interesting thing was, I said to Pat, you get a meal. He goes, yeah, I'll have it at the end because I'm not staying. I'm breaking bread with anybody here. Which worked out perfect because you ate on the way home. You were driving.
Well, it's so great to drive after a show because you're like pumped, and it's like that first hour is like nothing on the road right after a show. So if you
ladies and gentlemen,
we were trying to get them there quicker, but it didn't work out.
This Saturday, March 8th at 8 p.m.
Rockstar Pat Garrity.
Spaz Comedy Corner at the Black Box Live. Patrick Garrity and Robert Baz.
Yeah, and Tommy Love.
Yes, you also be another comedian. Tommy Love will be on the show. Remember, 1 KC plus 1 Spaz equals 1 Robert Baz. Let's always remember.
Somebody commented that. I saw that. So
it's math. It's Ebonics, but it's math. All right. Come on. He's black. That works, right?
I just want to know, is Robert watching at least? No.
He's not even. He's blocked the show.
If my camera cuts off, it's because my laptop's about to die. But
all right, fair enough, ladies and gentlemen.
We're all hitting the road.
If you haven't, please subscribe.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate you. Everybody, stick around for one more.
Saturday night. See you there, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, don't go anywhere.
And everybody, have a great night. I'm pressing buttons. I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm going right now. I've had such a great time. Anyway.
Joe, thank you so much, Joe. Really appreciate you having me.
Joe, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, that was easy.
I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday night, including
you will.
Casey.
Sorry,
Good night, guys.
I'll miss you.
Stick around.